Hello. This is going to be a very difficult and not terribly well prepared video, but I'm doing it now while I feel able to, because at 2 o'clock this morning my dearest, closest, oldest friend Sue, who you can see here in the middle of the picture, passed away. She died. And this video is not what I really want to say. It is in part because I want her to be remembered as the extraordinary person that she was, and how much she meant to me and how much she taught me, but also because I can't say some of the things that I want to say in connection with Sue's passing, because if I do, my video will be taken down from YouTube and I might possibly lose my channel, which means all the hard work that I've put into it will be disappeared. So I can't really take that risk. So what I'm doing is I'm making this video, which might seem in parts a bit cryptic and not terribly understandable. Sorry if I lose words here. I am extremely shocked and upset. Yes, I am going to make I'm going to make another video, and I'm going to post it on 2 channels that do not take videos down, that speak the truth, and I will put those links to those videos beneath this one and hope that they won't be removed. If they do, I will tell you that the videos will be on brand new Tube and also BitChute, but I haven't made that video yet. I'm making this one first in honour of my beloved Sue, who was the wisest, funniest, most original maverick spirit that I have ever met, and taught me how to be myself truly in a way that nothing else really ever has, or nobody else really ever has. She was a complete one-off. The most compassionate person, vegan long before I'd ever heard of other people being vegan. She had infinite awareness and love for her fellow beings, creatures, and lived in accordance with that unfailingly throughout her life, and that alone was a great inspiration to me. But she also told me not to put too fine a point on it, how not to give a flying bum about whatever anybody else might think, that your job was to be yourself in the world. That was your purpose, and creative expression was to be that person that only you could be, and that she was so effortlessly, without worrying about what anybody else thought, until near the end of her life, when she did something completely out of character, which I can't fully discuss here, because if I go into those areas then my video will be removed. That's why I'm going to make another one about that. So if you think I'm kind of dancing around the issue, that's basically what I'm doing, because I can't tell you the truth on this channel, on this platform. I find the word platform rather bizarre, because I'm very literal and I just think of a station or something. In this format I cannot tell you what actually happened to her, but I will, because I think it is my duty to do so. I just can't do it here. But I'll try and kind of give you in a cryptic way, explain through my deck sort of the process of what happened. Yes, so you took rather a leap of faith, which everybody I feel at the moment is being encouraged to do, into not such a beautiful thing as my fool is here, but into an absolute unknown. We are in very strange times, my friends, and my dearest beloved Sue has unfortunately been on the receiving end of how strange those times are. So she took her leap, and what happened was a tower situation. Very quickly, everything came tumbling down, and she took this leap because, in her own words, she said she felt, quite out of character, but she felt that it was her duty to do so. She was truly an anarchist in the sense that she had no rulers rather than no rules, which is what anarchy actually means, anarchy without rulers. She was her own guide in life, and her integrity and her beauty were the things that led her through to be the amazing person that she was, and to do no harm. That was her absolute core guiding principle, to do no harm. So she mistakenly decided, through pressure perhaps, to do her duty and to do something she would not normally have done, because she was a brilliant mind, a Cambridge graduate, an ex-philosophy professor at UCLA, amongst many other things. She cleaned toilets at one point because she didn't want anybody to be her boss. She liked the freedom of doing that. I thought that was absolutely marvellous, because it allowed her to think her own thoughts and not be told what to do. And she didn't care what anybody thought about that. She went from being very respected to doing jobs that people looked down on, because it gave her the freedom to be herself, to think what she wanted to think, and to do it in her own time. Because she was a great reader, a great thinker, a great philosopher. She did lose her, shall we say, belief in things unseen later in her life, but she was always open to discussing the possibilities, and we had many wonderful conversations doing just that. Anyway, so she decided to do something for the good of the all, because she was told it was for the good of the all, and this is what resulted. And instead of living to an old and natural age, she was taken out of life very quickly because of her misguided step off the cliff to do good for others, as she so thought, because that's what she was hearing all around her that she should do. And for once she didn't stick to her own moral compass, and she got swayed by all that pressure, and I understand that. I begged her not to, but she did. And I know you're probably thinking, what are you talking about, Poppy? But if you watch the other videos it will become clear, and maybe some of you can read between the lines here and guess what I'm talking about. Perhaps not though. Anyway, Sue was a very, very fit, healthy person. She had certain neurological problems, but she had overcome those. She walked her dog, who was the light of her life and her joy, many, many miles and many hours a day. She was a long-term vegan. She looked after herself very well. She was far healthier and fitter than I was, and she should have had a long life, enjoying the land and the creatures that she loved so much. But no, unfortunately, the tower started to collapse very rapidly for her. I've included the hermit here because I feel that was very much her card, the philosopher. Somebody very happy in their own space, with their own thoughts, with the creatures around them and the wild land outside, just learning, growing as a human being, and spreading that out just by walking her own path so beautifully as she did. Anyway, that's what happened. I lost her this morning at 2 o'clock in the morning. I think her essence, her awareness, her spirit, her whatever you want to call it, had gone quite a long time before that, but her physical self stopped being at 2 a.m. this morning, and this is me now. The clock doesn't say, it says the clock in this card here. Sorry, I can't think straight. The 9 of Blades. The clock here says 10 past. Oh dear, my brain, I'm sorry. It says 10 past 10. It was actually around 10 to 2 I woke up this morning knowing that, bolt upright knowing that the end was coming. And she was a long way away from me. Our friendship was such that it could survive any distance, and it did. But I felt that, and I woke up, and so this card represents me, the 9 of Blades. And also, the 3 of Blades is very much how I feel right now. There are no words to the depth of my sorrow. Not just because I've lost my beloved friend so brutally, so cruelly, but because it was so unnecessary and so wrong, and I can't